Good morning, this is Ross with Protect Epoxy Floors in Port Richey, Florida. Today we're at Foxwoods in Trinity. And we're going to start got a couple unique things going on here in this garage. First we have to remove this coating, which we'll probably find some repairs to do. So we're going to fill this very chunky expansion joint. We're going to sand and fill that. We're going to clean this all up and prepare it for baseboards. So we're going to smooth this all out and get that coating off. So this garage is a little bit deceptive the way it's laid out. It kind of goes on and on. So this step up, we're going to repair. Put a nice round over on there. We're going to fill in this with a cove. This is a continuation of our expansion joint. This is going to have the same treatment as the previous baseboards. Top and sides. Along the interior of the house here with these baseboards, we're going to leave alone. That was all discussed with the customer ahead of time for aesthetics. It's probably the best way to go. So we're all set up. We have PCDs on a grinder, which is just going to allow us to remove this coating. So today's the big day, it's the prep day. Let's get started. This segment shows the coating removal process. So right now on the floor grinder we have PCD tooling, and with PCD tooling is specifically designed for coating removal. So this is going to remove that paint, and it's going to remove the cure and seal that was initially put on the floor. And as you can see in the background, Lauren is working on the lead-in edge, and that's really the most important part of the garage, is getting the correct prep on the lead-in edge. So this shows us removing the coating. The tool has PCDs on it as well for coating removal. And I included this video just to show that you have different tools for different jobs. So this is a very confined space. So using a smaller grinder just made sense in these really confined areas. So as you can see, it's a small guy, but he's cutting that coating right off, and he's taking it back down to the concrete. You can start really seeing all the ag, and that's what we're looking for. A nice clean floor to put our coating on. Okay, so we have our coating off. Just want to pop in before we actually do the final diamond grinding. So we grind with PCDs, and that's to remove the old paint, the old coatings. As you can see, we cleaned up all these edges, cleaned up the baseboards, remove that coating, and now we're back down to bare concrete, which we're going to grind nice and clean. So removing the coating is the first step. So we're going to do a grind again. It's really got a good profile. So these are the PCD tools. They move on along and they scrape. Then they have a trailing diamond. And now we're switching over to just regular grinding diamonds to put the profile on the floor. So this segment shows the final grind. That is after we've used the PCD tools to remove the coating and cut the cap. We're going back now and putting a final grind and final profile on the floor. So now we're using the diamond tooling. This is really scratching the floor deeply And that's what we want for our epoxy, because our epoxy is going to sit on this floor for 8 hours and it's going to cure into the concrete. That's how we know it's never going to separate from the concrete. This shows how cracks and joints are filled. So this is a polyurea compound that we put into the crack. And the way this process works is that you overfill the crack. As you can see, the small crack, a lot of polyurea. Now I'm editing this video a couple years in the future after shooting the video. And while this is the proper way to do it, or a proper way to do it, I should say, we do it differently now. Now we have a much less labor intensive process of doing it, where it's the compound that we putty knife into the cracks, and it just lays down a lot flatter and you don't have to go back and regrind it. Again, this is a good way of doing it and the proper way of doing it. It's just that now we have a much better process. So you can see how flush that is, and that looks good. This is a great way of doing it. Just a lot of additional grinding. Okay, we have our final grind done. All the patches made and ground back. We have our lead edge. Little round edge. Filled up those chunky expansion joints. Bunch of other cracks. Clean up all these areas. So here's the cove we put in. The cove which is going to lead up to the raised platform here. All taped up, ready to do the edges. Okay, we just finished up top coating this 2.5 car garage. This is full chip with baseboards, aliphallic urethane. This is where we fix those very large expansion joints, give a nice seamless surface. This is where we put in the cove, which tied the sidewalk back down into the deck of the garage floor itself. I put a cove in there, fixed the crack, and made it so it has a nice round over to it. This garage is a little unique in the way it's laid out. This color is Dolphin. Looks great. Thanks for watching.
Pro Tech Epoxy Floors, Newport Richey, Florida. We professionally install beauty and durability. Pro Tech serves both residential and commercial customers in Pasco, Hernando, Hillsborough and Pinellas counties. Please call or text 727-916-2314 to discuss your project. We look forward to being of service. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, or subscribe.